friends. How are you today? So good to see you as always. You know, I love these meetups. So good. All right. Today we have someone very special. We have Owen Raun from US Bank. He is a mortgage loan officer. And I practiced and I wrote it down and we got it right. There we go. We're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Owen and I go back a long way. I first met him when I started real estate about 5 years ago. So we've stayed in touch, and I'm honored that you're in our Greenway Plaza group. Come on.
I'm honored to be in it.
All right. So what is a mortgage loan officer?
Good question. So that's like the first line of communication for anyone buying a house or needing a mortgage loan. So usually their intro to our company is through me, and I help answer their questions and provide information and help qualify them and all that kind of stuff. And so then usually they deal with me or a loan officer, whether they're me or not.
It should be you. It has to be you.
Yes, it should be you. Yeah. And then once they get a contract on a house or are ready to proceed, then it's a full file and it goes to my assistant and processors, but I'm still the main communication link.
Yes. So that's a good point. There are a lot of loan officers out there, lots. But Owen answers his own phone, and he will be with you every step of the way. And it's interesting to think about that in theory if you've never bought a house, but that is so important because a lot goes down. I'm telling you, right? There's a lot between buying a house, putting that offer in, and getting to the closing table, and you need people on your side. So I'm bogarting the conversation, but I wanted the people to understand that it's so important that you answer your own phone.
Yeah. It's simple. It's so simple, and I respond to texts and I respond to emails, and I call it email tennis. I get one in, I'm hitting it back. I'm answering it. I'm not letting an email inbound sit, so, and I think that's that you asked me earlier, why am I different? And I think that's one of the differences is I'm available on weekends. I'm available on the evenings. I'm not coaching my kids' soccer team. I'm not going on a retreat with the guys for the weekend. I'm all in on helping people buy houses. So
yes, because buying house is not a 9-to-5 weekday job.
Right.
You need someone you can talk to anytime because it is a process and you need someone on your side. So talk to me about, and first of all, do not get a mortgage online. I'm telling you now, even if you don't call Owen, do not get one online, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, because there's no communication there.
No communication, they're hidden points. Anyway, all right, don't get me started. I'm gonna take my jacket off, it makes me mad. All right, so talk to me about the interest rates. They're not that bad compared to what, our parents grew up with.
Right, and yes, I would. That you certainly they're worse than they were 2 years ago or whatever during the pandemic, but we probably won't go back there till the next pandemic. But they're still, upper fives, lower sixes. That's very affordable for the history of mortgage rates. I mean, we all have stories about our first house. My first house was like 13%, and that was bond money, and that was awesome. And so it's just your perspective. What are you thinking about? But I will say most of the people that I'm dealing with are buying homes not because of the rate. They're not saying, wow, I need to buy it. I've always thought about moving. Rates are low. I better do it now. What they're doing, they're saying, we're having another child. I'm getting married. I'm getting divorced. I'm moving jobs. I want to be in this school district. Those are the reasons people are buying homes. And, so I think that's more a driver of the home buying than rates.
And life changes. You never know what's going to happen. You have to be flexible and open. So let me ask you this. So yes, the rates are going to stay what they are. What's the number one advice you have for someone a first-time home buyer? What's the number one piece of advice you have for a first-time home buyer?
Well, do your research, and a little bit online is fine, but you really need to start talking to experts, and personal referrals from people that have just bought a home are great referrals for someone who's just thinking about buying a home. Who did you use? You just bought a house. How did it go? That kind of stuff is really good, and go through the whole process of how, asking the lender, how does your process work? At what point do I need to pay any money? At what point do you pull my credit? All that kind of stuff. Those are good questions, but just get with an expert. There's lots of good loan officers, including myself.
Call Owen.
Yeah, and good realtors, and make sure you're working with someone that has experience and has done what has just done the transaction you're about to do for somebody else. Just ask him for references. Hey, give me the phone number of the guy that you just closed, this last month or whatever. So yes,
buying a house is an emotional roller coaster. So you need people on your team that are not going to let you spin out of control, because you're going to want to. It's just, things happen, and it will all be okay if you've got people in place who can walk you through the process. So especially for first-time home buyers. So yeah,
I think we're salespeople initially, but then we're also problem solvers. I
don't even think of you as a salesperson. I think of you as a problem solver. So
okay, well there you go.
There you go. So very good. All right. So when you go out, you talk to a realtor, the first thing they're going to do is say, do you have a pre-approval letter?
That is correct. Yeah. So borrowers or realtors, home sellers, everybody wants to know that the borrower has been pre-approved. So yeah, it certainly always suggests early in the process, fill out an application form, let a loan officer pull credit. They may ask you for pay stubs and bank statements and all that kind of stuff. But once you get to somebody that you trust, that you should let them do the pre-qual, even if you're not buying until next fall, because you never know what's on your credit report. You never know. I've had just tons of examples of situations where people had no idea that they had a late payment on something from last 6 months ago, and it dings their credit enough where they're borderline or they can't qualify. So or their income changed. I was W-2, now I'm 1099, I'm making more. You might think, oh, well, you're making more, I will obviously qualify, but now you're self-employed. So that's a different category. So just lots of little minutia that needs to be ironed out up front. And then you're right. And then we provide a letter so that the seller and the realtor, when they put in the offer, the seller can say, oh, this guy's talked to Owen at US Bank. Owen says he's approved. You've got it all, we've seen credit, we've seen the income assets and employment information. So, yep. And then that goes along with the letter.
Yeah, and you're getting a pre-approval letter from someone that's been in the business for a very long time and is steady and will be around. So how long have you been in the business?
I started as a loan officer in 1992. And I was a loan officer for a while, and then I started my own company, and then got out of being a loan officer around 2000 and ran the company. And then we sold that in 2013. We bounced around a little bit with different groups managing. And then about 5 years ago, I kind of got tired of managing, and I said, I'm just going to get back into sales. And I love it. It's just, it's all up to me. I don't have to, worry about an employee showing up or people getting along in my company. So it's really good. It's fun and it's enjoyable. I get to bat a lot and meet a lot of people and do a lot of transactions, and each one's unique. So it's fun.
Well, good. Owen's a lovely man, and I'm so honored. I'm telling you, I'm honored that he's joined my Greenway Plaza group. I would not give up on him.
You're right. You're persistent. Pleasantly persistent.
All right. What's the best way to reach you? What's your good phone number and a good email? And spell your name out.
So Owen Raun, Owen-Raun. It's pretty unique. So if you just Google me, my business page will pop up, and my number is there. Email is owen.raun@usbank.com. And my phone number is 713-417-5929.
All right. I think the cat has made an appearance.
Yeah. Have you seen the cat? I didn't know if he's on the screen or not. I'll just
not yet. Oh, what a pretty one. Oh, that's fun. See, you never know what's going to happen.
He either sits here or he sits on my laptop right there because it's warm. So.
Oh, beautiful. What's his name?
Bill.
Oh. I think that's an apropos name from Owen to name a cat. I love that.
Yeah,
so anyway. All right, we've gone off the rails. Thank
right.
you so much, Owen, for being here. Please call him. He will take very, very good care of you on every step of the process. You do not understand how important that is until you get into it. So call Owen. So.
All right. Thanks, Jennifer. Appreciate you very much.
Thank you, friends. See you soon. I will have a good day and be safe, be well, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
All right. Bye.